Hey there, Coach Angie here, and I just got off a coaching call with a client, and we talked about emotional eating in social situations. And I can tell you that I have been in so many situations dealing with people when they make certain comments or they're plating your food and they want to give you a portion of everything. So how do you deal with those situations when you're also trying to be mindful of how much you're eating? So one thing we talked about, the first scenario is if someone's plating your own food, if they are absolutely insistent to plate your food. Number one, remember their positive intentions. So a lot of times people are putting in a lot of effort and they show their love for people through what they cook for them and the effort that they put into that meal. So they want you to taste it. And at the same time, you want to be kind and nice. So one of the ideas that we came up with was if, for example, it was like potatoes and rice, like if there's like a rice casserole and then there's a potato casserole. So she said that she really preferred the potato casserole she really didn't want the rice casserole. So one of the strategies was just speaking up, and not in an inconsiderate way, but in a way where you're kind of boosting the ego. For example, I love your potato casserole. It is my favorite. I love it, and that's what I really prefer right now. So I'm not going to do the rice casserole today, maybe next time, but I really want your potato casserole. Something like that might go over a lot more smoothly than just saying, well, I don't want it, So consider that, and consider, whatever phrase works better for you. That was just one that we came up with that was natural for her. Sometimes other people say, man, they'll try to joke about it. Me and carbs I have a love-hate relationship, so I'm just going to pick one and not the other today. And so sometimes that helps, and people understand, like, oh, she's watching what she eats. I understand that. I get that. Now, what do you do when you get comments that are inconsiderate? They're kind of unkind. They're kind of rude. You get the side eye, like, how do you handle that? Honestly, you have to ignore it. So we also talked about understanding your triggers. So for her, she felt like when she was thinking that she was being judged, again, that's a thought, that feeling, that thought evoked feelings of anxiety, feeling pressure, and then she would eat emotionally, right? Or she would be like, well, let me get this so I don't, hurt people's feelings. But she's making decisions outside of her values and goals. So she's not showing up authentically. So one thing we talked about is when you are in that emotional state, start breathing. Just start taking some deep breaths. And even if you need to say, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Give yourself that time to calm down so that you can think more logically. And perhaps even be in a better state to say, hey, I'm really watching what I eat. I really like the potatoes. I'm not going to do the rice today, but I love your potatoes. So if you need that time to kind of calm down so that you're not being emotional, then do that. The other is controlling your portions or being more mindful of your portions. So let's say they are just ignoring you, they're just plating and they're just going to do what they want to do. Then be mindful of your portions. And, you can say things if they say like, well, why didn't you eat all of it? You're like, oh man, I've had enough. I'm really, really full. And just leave it like that. And just expect the comments, expect the side eye, but remember that you have the ability to control your own emotions, and deep breathing and focusing on breathing and focusing on the true intention behind having a dinner is really on the togetherness and being around your family and making memories. So you can even center the conversation around your family and things like that. So these are just some general tips. to help you at your next family outing, whether it's Easter dinner or upcoming barbecues or birthdays or graduation or whatever it is. Oh, the last one we talked about was over dessert. So she really wanted to be mindful of dessert because that was a trigger for her. So she asked if she could bring her froyo machine, which her friend bought for her. So her friend said, absolutely, bring your froyo machine. And so now she has an option. So if there's something else that you can bring to add to the dinner, that is an option for you, then ask if that would be something that would be okay. So you never know. Peace.